Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. This is Matazah, and I'm coming at you with another lesson. All honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are pushing this truth with 100% accuracy and are ruling well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there. To you all, I'd like to say Shalom. Today's lesson is going to be about this wretched, deceiving hella day that these stupid Americans are celebrating. Year by year, out of complete ignorance, and it's just dumbfounding. And yeah, eventually this crap is gonna stop. It's tragic that our people, even Gadites, or who by modern day are called Native Americans. Gad is the true name of the Native Americans. That is their Hebrew name. They're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. And when they were over here in the Americas, Slovakia, they were over here because the Lord put them over here. And the enemy, Esau Edom, knew they were over here. It didn't come over here by coincidence. But they came over here because they knew they was over here, and they deceived the Gadites, and they took the Gadites' land. The Gadites, it's oh boy. The so-called Native Americans, so-called Mexicans, so-called Puerto Ricans, so-called Dominicans, they were already over here. The Lord allowed them to come over here. And Esau Edom, he came over here and enslaved them and scattered them. And he almost fully annihilated Gad. Gad was almost an unexistent tribe because of what Esau Edom has done to them. He did Gad so bad. And you can look up these facts. Yeah, it's a Edomite, a drug Gad through a cold winter, bare body, no shoes, no nothing, but in chains, ball of chains, just dragging them all across the lands of what we now call USA. Gad was dying off all types of plagues and diseases that Esau Edom brought to them, because Esau Edom was filth. They didn't partake in bathing. They didn't partake in any of that. So they were filthy people. They would literally pass on they diseases, they syphilis, they gonorrhea, they measles. Yeah, they put measles and all types of diseases on cloth and sheets, and they gave it to the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, and then weakened they strong warriors, and that's how they was able to like really get out the women and the children, like the pervert Esau Edom is. And you all know who Esau Edom is. I don't even have to tell you who the people I'm talking about. You could just look at the screen. Who's in front of the so-called Native American? On the opposite side of this Native American, so-called Native American, who do you see? Those are Esau Edom. I don't even have to tell you who the people are. These colonists, these backstabbers, the people that's ruling today, the people that ruled in Rome are still currently in Roman rulership, whether you know it or not. I'm gonna start playing the video so you all can see what's going on here, and then I'm gonna chop it up. Wow, it's buffering. Come on, what's going on here?
You know the famous story of Thanksgiving, the picture-perfect meal shared by Native Americans and Pilgrims as a symbol of gratitude, cooperation, and peace. The true story behind the feast is much more complex. Among other things, the first Thanksgiving was a temporary celebration in the midst of struggle and cultural misunderstandings. Keep watching to learn more about the Pilgrims, the Native Americans, and the captivating true story of the first Thanksgiving. Who attended the first Thanksgiving? To fully understand the significance of the first Thanksgiving, we must also understand the people who attended it. The Pilgrims, who were struggling to survive in a new world, and the Wampanoag people, who had lived on the land for centuries and were grappling with a changing world as more and more European settlers arrived. We'll begin with the Pilgrims. The early 1600s were a time of exploration, hardship, and survival for the Pilgrims, a group of settlers who had left England to start anew after growing tired of religious persecution in their homeland. After
At Esau Edom, during this time, it was a lot going on in what they call now Europe. A lot of rulership changes, and they were revolting against each other, and yada yada yada. And Christopher Columbus, he was fleeing. It was just stuff going on, and Esau Edom, they fight amongst themselves a lot because they are a carnal people. They're thieves, they're murderers, and they're deceivers. So of course they can't get along with each other. But yeah, that's kind of what he's talking about. Political issues, religious issues, so they was fleeing from it. Yeah, of course. But they ended up over here. And it wasn't a coincidence. They knew our people were over here. They knew Gadites were over here. So they made a plan to take their land.
a grueling journey across the Atlantic on the Mayflower, they landed near what we know today as Plymouth, Massachusetts. The journey was brutal. The Mayflower set sail in September 1620 with over 100 passengers crammed into a single deck below the main deck. During the 2-month journey, they faced cramped quarters, poor sanitation, and constant seasickness.
Poor sanitation. They got on a boat, and they were on the boat with poor sanitation. And you know these Edomites, and I don't even have to tell you who I'm talking about, because I already showed you. You know, these people that you see walking around, pale skin, red, when they get mad. These people, they didn't practice bathing. They didn't care for any of that. We actually taught them. We taught them how to bathe. So imagine around this time, these people be on the boat for a whole year, traveling across the sea with no type of means of bathing, going to a foreign land just to take over it. What do you think they had? Diseases, just all types of stuff. Continuing on, but yeah, they had sanitation issues. And why was that? Because these people, they never were sanitizing anything. Like they were just raw. Just raw.
To make matters worse, they arrived in America as winter was beginning.
And I guarantee you, when those people were arriving in front of the Gadites was like, damn, these people stink. They probably would smell like all types of ew, bruh. Like they were probably so bad smelling, bro. Like, I wouldn't have went near. I'm like, nah, you people gotta go the other way. Cause you people are problems, y'all trouble. And y'all smell like this. You're like, no. You gotta go. I know the gust of the wind was all.
They were already weak from the journey, and the cold made survival even more of a challenge. The Pilgrims' first winter in New England was much harsher than expected. Without enough food and shelter to prepare for the winter, they endured freezing temperatures, illnesses, and malnutrition.
Because the Esau Edom came over there unprepared. That's why they were dying to freezing and illness and malnutrition, because they didn't know how to. Esau Edom don't know how to survive on land. These people, they learned from everybody they colonized over and stole from. They learned from them, took their ways, and took it and brought it upon themselves. These people are clueless. They have no salt. They have no season. These people, the only way to survive is to steal, rape, and kill. They can't do anything else. And without the help of other people and taking what other people have, they can't survive. They always been like that. So they were dying over here, freezing to death, starving to death, because they didn't know how to survive off the land. So what do? What did our people do? Because our people are kind people. We weren't always savages. We weren't always killing each other. No, we were kind people. What did our people do? Our people foolishly went over there and helped Esau Edom because they were dying. And it wasn't, we had our intentions behind it. The Gadites, our people, the Gadites. I'm not saying I'm a Gadite or anything, but the Gadites are still a part of the nation of Israel. They're part of the 12 tribes, so they're my people too. But they kind of went over there and offered assistance because they needed assistance, because the Gadites, they were warring with other tribes. I'm not saying that the tribes of Israel were, all good people. Our people had their ways. So, it was wars amongst people. It's throughout history. Our people were rebellious against one another. But anyway, they want to help them out. And, yeah.
By spring, nearly half of the settlers had perished from exposure, unprotection from severe weather, or disease. Every day was a struggle for the newly arrived Pilgrims as their survival hung in the balance. The Pilgrims were not alone. They settled in the territory of the Wampanoag tribe. Despite the Pilgrims' need for help, early interactions between the Pilgrims and the indigenous people were marred by mistrust. The two groups had vastly different cultures, languages, and beliefs. Both sides knew that a misstep might lead to conflict, which neither people could afford. The Wampanoag people had lived in the area for centuries, cultivating the land, fishing, hunting, and gathering. Their leader, Massasoit, was well aware of the encroachment of European settlers and the danger it posed to his people. Along with the threat they posed, Massasoit also recognized the opportunity the newcomers represented. The Wampanoag people had suffered from devastating diseases brought by earlier European explorers, and their population was severely reduced. He believed in a
And this is why the Gadites should not have helped Esau Edom, because they brought rats, they brought all the pests, and they brought all the diseases over here to this land, to the Americas. They brought it all over here, and they pretty much plagued this land. Like they made it filth. They brought their stuff over here, and the Americas were a paradise. We had everything needed over here. We had all the ores, the materials. We had the animals. It was animals existing back then that you can't even see today, because Esau Edom wiped them out. Like literally just hunted them all down just to get at the Gadites to starve them out. This man is a terrible creature. Like he kills everything just to achieve his goal. He even kill his own people to achieve his goal. Like, this is why Esau Edom, when they become under us and are enslaved under us in the kingdom, because the kingdom is coming when our Savior returns, when Yahushua returns, because it's approaching. You can see the signs all around the United States. You can see the signs all around the world. When he come back, he's going to enslave these people, and when they do their time, their 1,000 years of enslavement, boy oh boy, we're gonna get rid of them. They're gonna be the only nation of people that are gonna be non-existent after their enslavement. After the coming enslavement they're gonna have, because this is hardcore evidence of why these people have to go. Everything that's going on with this holiday that people are celebrating, this alone is a prime example and reason why these people have to be deleted entirely, not including all the things beyond what they were doing before this day even happened. Before even 1621 even came to pass, before 1524 even came to pass, before the Roman Empire was even created, before King Alexander was even born, these people were always a plague on the damn planet. These people were always a problem. All the way down to when Cain was born. You know, Abel and Cain, they were there. These people have always been a damn problem. They are a plague. They are the complete opposite of the children of Israel. These people have to go because they know no peace. They can't keep peace. They just deceive, rob, rape, and kill. And they calculate, and they find ways to make loopholes to get their way. They never satisfied. They constantly want something. So they can't have it no more, and then they seek for more. They're never satisfied. These people are never satisfied.
Alliance with the Pilgrims could help strengthen their defenses against rival tribes. This is
the Native Americans wanted to strengthen their defenses against the rival tribes. And the Pilgrims capitalize on that. Like I just said, they always calculating. They're always thinking of ways to manipulate something so they can get into something, so they can kill something or take over something. That's what Esau Edom do. It's just like signing a contract. They tell you the goods, but they make a small writing at the very corner and tip of the contract that you can't see, that has a bona fide way of destroying the person that's signing a contract. And they make sure they go over it so you can't see what's going on. So when you break the contract, that one little writing that they put in the corner can just devastate your whole life, and you'll be enslaved under them. That's what Esau Edom do. He a fucking asshole. I put it plain and simple.
Where a man named Squanto came in. Squanto was a Patuxet tribesman with a unique perspective on the new European arrivals. Years before, Squanto was captured by English traders and sold into slavery in Spain. He managed to escape to England, where he learned English, before eventually returning to his homeland. Tragically, he found his entire Patuxet tribe white.
But you know what? I'm not going to go through the whole video. This whole thing right here give you good insight on, what happened to the Gadite. It's not going to give you everything, but it shows history that these Americans just seem to, I don't understand. Like they seem to keep ignoring. They keep celebrating this day, even though this day is based off of slaughter, rape, robbery, sickness, plague, and death. There's nothing Thanksgiving about it. The only thing that's Thanksgiving is the pilgrims getting what they need and taking until they can take no more. There's nothing Thanksgiving about this day. Yeah, niggas is sitting up here cooking and celebrating and having parades. It's damnable and stupid. And people doing it out of ignorance, wasting their money. It's just another day that was a bloody massacre back then. But you know what? The Lord sees all this, and he's and the watchers he's sitting down here, he's recording. They're recording everything, and all these people that's in ignorance. You would have no type. The Lord just gonna be looking at you like you. It's so much evidence against you people. You're celebrating these days. You're worshiping these idols. What am I gonna do to you? You have no type of way. Even your lawyer can't even defend you. Because there's so much evidence of what y'all be doing. Y'all keep celebrating these holidays. And I'm not saying they holidays because they not holy. Y'all keep celebrating these days. But y'all at the same time, y'all seeing that America is about to be destroyed. Like literally, it's about to be destroyed. Like literally. It's in your damn face. But y'all keep constantly wasting your damn money. Y'all wasting your time. Your mental power to focus on traditions that shouldn't even be existing, instead of the true traditions and ways that Yahweh himself put for your people. You Israelites out there are bold and stupid. You're so cloud mining that it's just mind blowing. And the Heavenly Father is watching all this, and it's irking him, it's making him mad every time y'all celebrate this. Every time y'all celebrate Christmas, every time y'all celebrate Halloween, every time y'all celebrate this holiday, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, And the list goes on. It's so many damn holidays that Esau Edom is creating for y'all. Even new crap. Like this, it's not even a holiday. It's just another day. And they just constantly add it on. Why? Because Esau Edom is making bread and circus. If you don't know what bread and circus is, you should look the shit up. Basically, it's to distract you people of the Americas, you people outside of the Americas, it's to distract you from what they're doing on the sidelines, undercover in the shadow, in the middle of the circle, while you people are outside the circle. That's what they're doing. They're distracting you so they can do their plans, in which I'm going to go to in the Bible because they're constantly doing it. It's to distract you from what they're doing. So when they achieve their goal and set you up, like I was talking about earlier, with their contracts and their bullcrap, when they set you up, there's no way you can get out of it. And they're almost completing their plans while you people are foolishly, continuously doing their traditions and doing the same crap you've been doing since 1990, 1980, 1970, 1960, 1950, 1940s, 1930s, 1920s, 1910s, 1900s, so forth, so forth, so forth, so forth. Y'all been doing this for so long that y'all forgot why you're even doing it, that y'all forgot why it even exists, that y'all forgot what happened on that day. You're clueless. Half these holidays, y'all don't even know why they exist, what's going on in the holiday, how they came to pass, who created it. Y'all don't even know any of this. You're dumb people. You're dumb citizens. You're just here. You're just celebrating because another man is celebrating. You're just blowing your money because you are clueless. You're defeated in the mind. You're caged. You're caged or trapped. It's a never-ending loop. Until that loop ends and Esau Edom reveals, like, yeah, we got your ass in the bag now. Like, we don't even need to deceive you anymore. We got you now. You're in our cell. We can enslave you now. And they're so close to doing that, and you dumbass people don't even see it. They're very close to doing this thing. They're about to come out with the technology that they need. And they've been waiting so long for it. For years upon years, they've been plotting. And they almost achieved their goal. But the Lord not going to allow it. The Lord is not going to allow Esau Edom to feel his belly. If you understand, you understand. But he's almost done with his plotting. And you people are still celebrating these days, these holidays, like nothing's going on. That's crazy. That's crazy. You see it daily on the news. And yet you still go out and still do the loophole. Like you got the money to keep doing it. Constantly and constantly, constantly. Do you really have the money and the time to do this stuff? When stuff is getting scarce, stuff is getting very expensive. Be true to yourself. Can you really constantly do this? You still gonna contribute to the nonsense and the BS that's going on with this nation? Can you continue to do this for another 5 years? When prices of meat is over $100, a paycheck. Can you really afford a turkey alone? A whole turkey is gonna probably cost $1,000 within 5 years, if we make it to 5 years. Because within these 5 years, World War III could probably kick off at any moment. And don't let me get started on World War III. That's basically at the door. And you Americans is just ignoring that. Like that's just dumbfounding. Like y'all ignoring the World War III. The signs are out there. Like these other nations, they don't give a fuck about y'all holidays. They looking at y'all like you foolish Americans. Like y'all about to die, but y'all sit up here, y'all celebrating all these damn holidays that y'all having over there. Y'all having all these damn feasts, these parades. But we about to attack y'all. Like y'all too comfortable. Like, why are you Americans so damn comfortable? Well, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all so cloud-minded. Y'all got y'all heads up y'all asses, bro. And that shit is crazy. That shit is funny. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop rumbling. I'm gonna get the scriptures out because this stuff is in the Bible. Like the Atlantic slave trade that happened when all this crap happened when they took over, you know, the Native Americans' land. The Atlantic slave trade was in the Bible. It's literally in the Bible. The Atlantic slave trade that the so-called Negroes, so-called Mexicans, Latinos, so-called Cadites, who we call the Native Americans, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Jamaicans, the Arab, all 12 tribes of Israel. It's in the Bible. These people held a crafty council. And now when I mean by crafty council, I meant a crafty council. And that's Sirach, or better known as Ecclesiasticus 12. No, you know what? No, not that. Hold on, my bad. The Psalms. Was it 68? Or was it 58? I'm just gonna click it in. Oh, it's 83, my bad. Psalms 83. You know what? No, I'm gonna start at 2. Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they are consulted together with one consent. Let me repeat myself. It said one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man. Plain and simple. That's who they are. And the Ishmaelites. Do I even have to tell you who the Ishmaelites are? The so-called Arabs of Moab or Moab. The Moabites or Moab are the Chinese. The Hagarenes. Gebel and Ammon. Who are the Ammonites? The Japanese. And Amalek. Who is Amalek? The people you see over there in our land of Israel. They are also Esau Edom. Amalek is also Esau Edom. These people have made a crafty council. They made a slave trade on us. And you can see it here in the Bible. On Psalms 83, 2 through 7. And continuing down. These people, it was already written that they were going to do this. Now I'm going to go back to that scripture. Ecclesiasticus, what we call Sirach, the book of Sirach, but it's Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Verse 11. though he humble himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped it of looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Like I've been saying all day, you shouldn't trust this man. He will deceive you. He'll play your friend one moment. That's what it's talking about. He'll play your friend one moment. And then when you turn your back on this man got a fucking knife in his hand about to stab you and take everything you own. That's what he did to the Native Americans. That's why I pull out the scripture right here. That's what it's talking about. You will help this man. This man play like he your friend. He see what you got in your pockets. This man gonna take what you got in your pockets. He's gonna backstab you and he's gonna take what you have. It's gonna put you on some type of bondage and have some type of way to put a loophole on your ass so you can't get out of it. This man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Now, the Native Americans, after all that happened, they brought Judah, the southern tribe, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. He brought them over here to the Americas. And they did the Atlantic slave trade. They did all this stuff. And I'm going to go to that. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And it reads, and the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, shall bring thee unto Egypt again. And right here, when it say Egypt, it means bondage, slavery. It's not actually talking about Egypt. It's just saying Egypt there because that's where our people were at one point in time, doing hard bondage and slavery. We were building the pyramids. We were building up Egypt. We were those people who are in slavery because the Lord allowed those people to enslave us because we, like we are doing today, idol worshiping and doing all types of madness that we don't supposed to do. So the Lord allows us to get our ass kicked because we can't seem to get together. We can't seem to get right. We keep doing the same shit over and over. And every time we get our ass kicked, we put in slavery. So the Lord allows it, and then he frees us. He frees us from the bondage to slavery. And some hard people do the same shit all over again because we're hard-headed ass people. Literally hard-headed ass people. But this time, in this slavery we in right now, it ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be completely different. Why? Because when we get freed out of this slavery, we're not gonna have the same body and spirit that we will continue on. No, the Lord is gonna give us a new body, a new spirit, so we won't go off no more. Our lessons, our ass kickings are done after this. This is our last chastisement. This is our last slavery, our last ass kicking. Lord is going to correct it this time. He's like, yeah, I wanted y'all to go through all this. I wanted y'all to receive all these ass kickings so you can be refined, so you can understand where I'm coming from, why you shouldn't follow these people in their ways. You keep trusting these people, and this is your result. This is going to always be your end result. And look at us today. We're destroyed. A good majority of people are destroyed. How are we destroyed? How can you see that we're destroyed? Well, look at today. What are our people doing right now? Question mark? What are our people doing right now? Question mark. Celebrating the white man's day. His glory. This is considered his glory day, one of his glory days. Because he used this day to deceive y'all dumbasses. And he's still using it to deceive you. And you don't even know it. I'm going to continue on. Deuteronomy 28:68. And Yahweh shall bring thee unto Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And it's talking about our land, our heritage, where we came from. That's what it's talking about right there. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Do I even have to say any more on that? This is in the Bible. But the Christian church won't teach you this. The Catholic Church won't teach you this. They're not gonna go to this stuff. Because they want to deceive you so they can keep their pockets full. It's part of that Psalms 83 that I just went over. A crafty counsel, a tumult. Esau, Edom planned all this just to keep you people blind. So when the Lord returned, and this been said hundreds upon hundreds of times on the internet, that what I'm talking about. And the proof is out there upon thousands of proof out there that you people just choose to ignore. You will have no mercy, and the Lord is going to ignore your pleas because you chose to ignore all the bullshit around you. So when he returns, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. So when he comes to start slaughtering you people by the millions, you have no excuse. Because you have plenty of time to look at this and examine it and stop doing it. So when this shit go down, you have no excuse. Call halayim lo Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakadash. This is Matazah, and this is another lesson. Another repetitive lesson that keeps coming up. You people, you're not even trying to learn your own language. Hebrew is not hard to learn. English is not the only language that you need to learn. Through speaking Hebrew, you can directly talk to Yahushua and the Heavenly Father. The tongue that we use was the natural tongue that we used back then to communicate. It was the original tongue. But hey, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there. Hopeful elect, we almost out of here. You can see it. You can see the signs everywhere. You can see the signs everywhere. You see all the dummies that they're partaking in these holidays constantly. And they don't even know why anymore. They're just doing it. They're just blowing their money. A lot of these motherfuckers are just starving. But they're still so focused on keeping up their traditions. Like it's foolish. It is stupid. You're starving, but you're trying to keep up with the tradition that's very costly. It's not cheap to keep celebrating Esau, Edom, the white man's holidays. But hey, that's on you people. Because when the Lord returns, there will be no more Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. No, it's going to be a mass slaughter. To you all, I like to say shalom. No more of this.